Guys, give it up for Caucus Clash, please.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. We've all seen it before. The undecided voter, the uninformed voter, the person who doesn't care about voting at all. For example, Colin Kaepernick. My buddy Sam, who thinks elections are rigged.
I hate that guy.
And Donald Trump's own children forgot to register to vote once.
Facts.
The important thing is here is 1 in 4 people cannot even spell the word
My bad.
66% of people who watch House of Cards did not vote this election.
I did vote. I just wrote in Frank Underwood.
Not helping. And 100% of people think politics is boring.
That's true.
But in all honesty, folks, 96 million people did not vote this election. Now this is the kicker. Next slide, please. 75 million play fantasy football on the daily
Hell
basis.
yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come up with a solution for this type of American. The Common Sense Party, we have come up with a way for these men and women to become more engaged in our nation's political system, but still be able to talk massive amounts of shit to each other.
Massive amounts of shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Caucus Clash.
Clash. We were gonna get the timing right. Okay.
Yeah, we messed up the time. Caucus Clash, how it works. Caucus Clash is exactly like fantasy football, except it's with politicians. Each league consists of multiple caucuses, or your team, and how it works is you pick 8 people from the House of Representatives and 2 from the Senate for your team. For example, if you look at Stephen's,
Do you mind going back for a second? Thank you for Alexis. So, my team's name is President Black, Lambo Blue, and my #1 draft pick was Patty Murray. You can go ahead and click on Patty Murray. She was the number 1 draft pick. And as you can see here, you can see all the votes that they did on different bills over the past however long. I think that's all we need to scroll. Yeah.
Basically, it's the statistics for how you draft your players in this league. Players will go head-to-head versus each other with their caucuses, as you can see. Players will receive points on whether or not a member from their caucus will vote yes on a bill, and are awarded more points if they introduce the bill, for co-sponsorship, etc. Points are not awarded on whether or not the bill sucks. That's important.
You can't control that.
The point of this game is to get people engaging in discourse amongst friends regarding the bill, of course, once the dust settles from their loss. Also, players have to sit, trade, pick up new officials, depending on any series of events that could happen during a session of Congress. For example, censorship, a racist tweet, a fake...
That happens a lot.
And, inflammatory articles that are obviously lies, that's up to you. And even sex scandals.
Dick pics, yo.
And even sex scandals. Yeah, there we go.
The irony.
The beauty of this is people are going to read about the bill. They're going to set up their team based on who they think will, or how they think people will vote. So it's encouraging everyone to research the bill and the legislators you end up picking. And what's great about this is it's also going to encourage holding politicians accountable, because we've added a feature where you can actually engage with the politician via Twitter.
Damn straight. Take us there. So now, you guys saw how my team was doing last week, right? Well, with the tweet, your team member feature, I tweeted Bill Parcell, who came with a whopping 5 points. I said, good shit last week, Bill. I see you holding it down on the Hill. Hashtag Caucus Clash. Hashtag hold it down. Hashtag Team President Black, Lambo Blue. Next tweet. I really had to reach out to Joe Pitts. I said, you really got me in the nose on that one, Joe. Hashtag Caucus Clash. Hashtag I lost $40. Hashtag I will trade you.
And for those of you that don't want to just be really mean to your congressman,
Sometimes.
our tech, you can actually click on the Twitter button next to it, and we'll just send that to them for you. It'll be exactly like fantasy football, where you'll be talking a lot of smack amongst each other, but still becoming more active in our political process. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
Okay. Well, fantasy football, you can make money. Is there a way you can make money on Caucus Clash?
So it initially didn't start as a way, we didn't want to monetize it because the purpose is for it to be educational. We wanted to get it into as many hands as possible. I'm sure we could do ads and other things like that later on, but right now, if you want to put money on it, that's between your league.
So it's basically for bragging rights,
Yeah.
which is awesome. That's the best
Exactly.
part about fantasy football is bragging rights. My question is, there's the 10-person teams, correct?
Yes.
Eight members of Congress,
Two
and two
in the
members of the Senate.
Yes.
Can you cross teams? Like, can you go across the aisle, as they say? Can I
Yeah,
pick
absolutely.
Like 5
So
Republicans, 5 Democrats?
you're not limited to picking Republicans or Democrats. The whole point is we want people to engage with a wide variety of people they usually wouldn't engage with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there's no team blue, team red, like you can be.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I can pick some Green Party members, some obscure people.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit. All right.
Is there like a drafting period?
Yes. So every session of Congress, we have we draft before every session of Congress. So you can do a redraft at the end of the first session, or you could just make everybody hold on to their teams the whole way through.
So the season runs through sessions.
Yes.
That is awesome. Do you get any points for people who work through the when your congressman sometimes works through the holiday?
Yeah.
Do you give any points for that person?
Well,
Or what about a filibuster? Do you get points
yes,
for
so
filibustering?
you do in fact, yeah, you do get points for filibustering, but you also can lose points if you introduce a bill and it dies in committee. So there's just
You gotta work hard for your
We
vote.
do have various, a whole very intricate point system. It's the best point system. It's one of the biggest. It's the hugest point system.
Big league.
Big league.
Big league system.
What about like say the Mark Rubios where you're hardly there? But you're technically there, but you're not technically there. So how would you base points off that?
Well, if you don't technically vote or do anything, then those points don't get recorded.
Yeah. So you just don't get points. Yeah.
So that's a lame duck.
But that's up to you to engage with them via Twitter and remind them that we're paying them a lot of money to do that. So.
Oh, it's going down in that DM. It's going down in that DM.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.